Hello, welcome to Success Story Saturday, June 16th, 2018. Steve Sipress here on an uncharacteristically cloudy and somewhat cool day here, just barely getting into the 90s, which is very rare for this time of year. Usually we're over 100. Even rained this morning. And I heard on the news that Tucson, which is about an hour and a half south of here, rained for the first time in like 4 months, and they got 0.1 of an inch of rain, like 1/10 of an inch of rain, but like, whoa, they got some rain. It's rare for out here in the desert. Shafandra Matthews, great seeing you. Been a long time. Hope things are great. So, day before Father's Day, and I figured let's pick out a dadpreneur. And I picked out one. His name is Marc Toland, and the reason I picked him is not only is he a successful entrepreneur, but he started his company pretty much because he was thinking about being a dad, thinking about his kids. So, as his story goes, he was a corporate guy, Wall Street type of guy, but he was assisting business owners with business plans and getting capital and that kind of stuff. But he always had this entrepreneurial itch. And after a number of years of doing that, he was like, gee, you know what? I know all about entrepreneurialism because I've been helping entrepreneurs. I'm just going to go out on my own. And he did, and he started a company, and then that's when he came up with the idea for the current company that he has called Sooner Alarms. He likes to say the sooner you detect the fire, the better. It's a fire detection alarm, and it's interesting. It's kind of ingenious. Like, everyone has smoke detectors. Those are like legally mandated by law. You have smoke detectors. He's like, smoke? You don't want to detect the smoke. You want to detect the fire. There's all kinds of false alarms. We've all had them with smoke detectors. The thing starts beeping, and you're like, oh, my God, how annoying, just because you have smoke. Maybe you burned something on the stove, or somebody's, smoking a cigar or something. It sets off the smoke detector. There's no, they don't have a fire in the house. So one thing he did was he put a heat sensor into the alarm. So it senses, you put that in the kitchen, and it senses when you get a certain amount of heat, regardless of the smoke. That's really the fire. But the most ingenious thing, in my opinion, about it is he separated the sensor from the alarm, right? So think about a smoke detector. The alarm, the sensor, and the actual alarm ringing are in that one little unit there. He's like, no, we got to separate the sensor and the alarm. And then the sensor, if it senses too much heat or fire or too much smoke or whatever, it sends a signal to the alarm. The alarm goes off. This way, if there actually is a fire and it would burn up the alarm, which happens in fires, big fires in a home, the alarm, since it's in a different place, would still be ringing instead of get burned up in a fire. So that's ingenious. Also, it can stand a lot more heat, and it can go into different places like inside walls. You can put a sensor. A lot of fires start with the electrical inside walls. So you put a sensor in there, and you can put a sensor, doesn't have to be, 10 feet high up on the ceiling in the kitchen. It could be right near the stove. It could be right near the dryer in the laundry room. You can have a sensor much closer to where things are to sense that a fire is happening, and then sends a signal over to the alarm, and the alarm rings and lets the rings at the fire department and all that kind of stuff. So he built this company called Sooner Alarms, and he was thinking about his kids and said, I want to make sure my kids are safe. But the advice that I have from Mark to you as entrepreneurs, because hopefully if you're watching my videos, you ought to be an entrepreneur, 9-to-5ers, find something else to do. If you're goofing off at work as a 9-to-5er, which is what 9-to-5ers do, they goof off on us, their employers, but we still pay them because they don't have the courage or the guts or can't manage the risk or, don't have, the guts to run their own business. So they don't care enough about other people or society to give as much as business owners do. So maybe you're watching these videos goofing off at work and complaining about your boss and complaining about your job. Well, that's us. We are the 13% of Americans with enough guts and caring enough about society and enough self-respect to run our own businesses. That's who should be watching my video. Anyway, Marc Toland's dadpreneur advice to other dadpreneurs and all entrepreneurs, if you ask me, is to have an excellent support team around you. says often your family members, most people, the 87%, in fact, that don't run their own business, don't know how to live in a life with risk. And so, especially for him coming out of the corporate world, I can just imagine him telling his wife, hey, honey, you know, we have our kids and a family and our home and whatever, and I'm going to take the plunge and take the risk and give up my cushy job and go out on my own and be an entrepreneur. Well, we can handle that as an entrepreneur. That makes perfect sense to us. But to other people in your family or other people around you, they could go crazy over that. So he's like, make sure you have a good support system professionally and personally. Professionally, make sure you have the right consultants, people that know how to do legal things, bookkeeping things, marketing, you know, logistics in the company, HR. You know, make sure you have all the experts doing stuff so that you don't have someone who doesn't know what they're doing all that, which would be you. It was me when I made the mistake of trying to do too much myself and clobbered myself. What cost myself so much time and money and frustration. It was crazy. And then I learned, let's get experts doing everything, or at least consulting with me about everything. And he's like, but also personally, make sure you have that good support team and make sure you're open. And you tell all your consultants and your spouse, your family, some details about what's going on. Bring them into the thing so you get that support. Don't keep things a secret. That creates stress with you. It doesn't help you to make the right decisions, to try and make them all by yourself. And it also creates stress in those around you, your employees, your family members, if you're not bringing them in on how things are going and what decisions are being made. They're part of it, right? They're your family. They're depending on you. So, to all dadpreneurs out there, happy Father's Day tomorrow, and hope you have success in your business and for you and your family. And Nikki is here as well. Another Nikki and my good friend Damian Zamora, a good husband and wife entrepreneurial team. Love you guys. Thanks to anyone else that's watching live or on the replay. I'll be back tomorrow on Sunday Fun Day. I won't be recording it here from my home because I will be at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, where my beloved but incredibly crappy, I don't know when I think they've won one game in the last 2 weeks, the New York Mets, who are in town once a year, and that's where I'll be tomorrow on Father's Day. And it just so happens, almost every day you see me here wearing another ridiculous, ugly red Hawaiian shirt. Well, this one has a little white and blue in it because I'm still hungover from Flag Day and I wanted to wear a red, white, and blue shirt. And just so happens that the giveaway tomorrow on Father's Day at Chase Field for the Mets game against the Diamondbacks is a ridiculously ugly red Hawaiian shirt. How can I resist going there to see my beloved Mets stink up the place and almost undoubtedly lose? But I still love them anyway. And also to get my ugly red Hawaiian shirt, which I will likely be wearing for you when I'll be back talking business on Direct Mail Monday. But I will be checking in tomorrow and Sunday Fun Day just to say hello from Chase Field with the New York Mets versus the Diamondbacks on Father's Day. So happy Father's Day and happy every day to everyone out there, whether you're a father or not. Have a fantastic rest of your Saturday, and tomorrow on Sunday, I'll see you back here tomorrow, and I'll be back with business building tips on Monday on Direct Mail Monday. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.